As of this video, still no Cyclonus. Update over, on to the review. So, I don't remember who, but someone a little while ago asked me if I was going to review the Buzzworthy Bumblebee. And my response at the time was, no. I have no interest in reviewing an overpriced Legends figure that comes with a worthless tchotchke. But then I went to every store within 50 miles looking for the last figures of Kingdom in '86 and returned home empty-handed one too many times. So now I have one. Fun fact, the Walmart that had the 40 Scourges and Hot Rods now has all the Hot Rods on clearance for $3 off, and they have 7 Grimlocks in stock. Why must that store hurt me like this? Anyways, I'm going to put a timecode up on screen right now for you to skip to if you don't care about the next part of what I have to say. So there's a huge favor any of you guys with an account on the ShowZStore can do for me that costs you literally nothing. ShowZ is currently doing this thing where all comments on the site that get liked earn the user who made the comment 30 cents of store credit for each like they get. If just 10 of you like 10 of my comments on the ShowZStore, that's $30 of what's basically just free money you guys are giving me to buy stuff off that store to review. I'm pretty sure you need an account to upvote comments. If you don't have an account with ShowZ, it's fine. I'm not asking anyone to sign up for the store. This is just if you already have an account. And I want to be clear, I have no affiliation with them whatsoever. I am in no way sponsored by them. There's a link in the description that will lead you to a list of the comments that I've made. So if you'd be so kind, and you have the account to do it, please just go through and upvote every comment I posted. It would mean a lot to me and really help these videos get made. Don't feel obligated to do this, and don't feel bad if you don't or can't. I don't want anyone to sign up for a website they don't want to be on or will never use. But I just saw this, and it's basically free money, so I thought, what's the harm in trying? And if you already saw my Twitter post the other day asking people to do this, and you were one of the kind individuals who went and upvoted all my stuff already, thank you. And if you're willing, please check back, because I posted more since then. Thanks for your time, and let me get to the actual review you all came for in the first place. Yeah, I was right to not buy this in the first place because this sucks. This is literally insulting. It's yet another figure built on the skeleton of the Masterpiece 1.0 Bumblebee, quite potentially one of the most prolific molds of all time, and the look of the robot mode is pretty abysmal. I mean, it's not the worst. It does hit all the right notes, but it also hits a whole heap of bad extra ones as well. What's with the giant back brackets, shoulder tires, low shoulders, oddly canted forearms, weird hands, thin thighs, and awkward feet? I can't even tell what you're supposed to do with the back kibble. Give Bumblebee a couple really awkward wings, or push them out straight back where they look even more conspicuous. And what's with this? It serves no function. You might think it's an opening hood, but it opens the wrong way, and you can't use it in car mode because the roof locks it closed or open. Plus, it's not like there's any detail to show off anyway. His head looks mostly correct, but I think Bumblebee needs to lay off the energon cause it looks like he's put on a few. And that would all be bad enough, but this is a $15 figure when Legends are normally $10, and to finger quotes justify that, they include finger quotes Spike. I knew this was going to be bad from a distance, but I had no idea how much this thing would fucking suck. This thing is trash. This thing has precisely 3 joints: arm, backpack. This thing is so stiff it's giving me rigor mortis. And it manages to somehow have kibble despite being borderline all one piece. Look at the arms, they always look like they're bending backwards because of all the built-up bullshit around his elbows. And they're goddamn hollow. This is already a 0-cent piece of trash you saddled us with. You couldn't have made it a full casting, you cheap bastards? Here's the transformation, guys. You know, I already thought this turned into nothing in the movie, and yet somehow I've been proven wrong, because I had no idea how much less this could look like it was transforming. This makes the wheelie that comes with the '86 Grimlock look like a literal masterpiece, and this technically transforms while that doesn't. Boy, that gun of his looks, truly a weapon to surpass Metal Gear, or whatever. But Bumblebee hasn't stopped the parade of suck yet. All of his joints are ball joints, and while that wouldn't normally be a problem on a Legends figure, they are all tiny and pathetically weak, while also being restricted to hell and back. Yeah, they hold a pose just fine. It'd be shocking if they couldn't considering how lightweight this piece of crap is, but they just pop off, especially the shoulders and elbows. Regular Legends figures do not have this problem. Regular Legends figures do not have this kibble. Regular Legends figures are also about 30% bigger than this, and are literally exactly 50% cheaper than this. Well, actually, technically, that's not true because the math is stupid. While this is actually 50% more expensive than they are not 50% cheaper than him, but fuck it, they're 50% cheaper than him. He has to stand on Spike to be as tall as figures that are cheaper than he is and built better. This thing could have passed for a Legend scale figure from 7 years ago, but this is 2021. We have had better than this, bigger than this, cheaper than this for years. If the joints were better and the kibble were curtailed a bit, I probably wouldn't even have that much bad to say. I'd have grumbled that it's not worth $5 more than normal Legends, and I'd have been annoyed that it's even smaller for the cost. But this thing is the worst of all worlds. It's small, it's expensive, it's kibbly, QC shit, and it doesn't even pose as well as normal Legends figures. It doesn't even make up for it in any way by having extra joints or a ton of paint. Transformation. It's a bastardized version of the Masterpiece Bumblebee transformation. Imagine that, but it wants to fall apart, and the plastic is really thin, and it's weak, and that's basically what you're dealing with. It's not the worst thing ever, and it definitely works better going this direction than coming out of alt mode, but it's got that Play-Doh factor, everything squishes together unsatisfyingly, and there's these parts at the back section of the thing that just fight you going in, and you end up with this. And here we discovered that this is what is often referred to as a bumble jumper, a cliff jumper alt mode with a Bumblebee theme. Honestly, I can't tell if this is some kind of heinous deep cut or if this was supposed to be Cliffjumper, but due to the shitty Buzzworthy Bumblebee line being a thing, they just hastily turned it into a Bumblebee. Real quick, what the absolute hell is the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line? It's just re-releases of oftentimes already bad figures no one liked in the first place with no updates. Like, why would they re-release Car Shatter, a universally reviled figure that no one likes, and not even bother giving it the correct head? You know how there's that saying that people think Einstein came up with where insanity is doing the same thing over and over again expecting a different result? Fun fact, Einstein never said that. Anyways, I think Hasbro never heard that somehow. Back to the car, this thing is gappy, ugly, and full of holes, but I kind of actually like it. It looks like it could have made a good Cliffjumper or a G1 Bumblebee revival. Unfortunately, the back wheels don't roll because this panel is rubbing against them. There's this weird little gap here, and you can put the gun in it if you finagle it just right so he can shoot forward while driving, but mostly it's just supposed to go on the underside like a tiny drive shaft. So it looks good for what it is, but part of its charm is that it looks like a toy from 40 years ago. If you got this and you like it, I'm happy for you. But I hope you don't mind me warning everyone else to stay away from it. This is crap, garbage, trash. This is 50% more expensive than it should be, and it would still be bad at the correct price. You're not going to hear me say this often, or really ever after this point, hopefully, but at $3 more, the Earthrise Cliffjumper is still a better deal than this. And if you know me, you know that's a hard thing for me to say, but it's true. This is significantly lesser than a Legends class while being significantly more expensive. If you see this on a shelf, don't buy it for yourself. Don't buy it for your kid. Don't buy it for your cousin's kid who you don't really like, but you gotta get them something because it's their birthday and they are technically family. You can literally get them something better for less. Man, that was a negative one. If you like this figure, I'm sorry for shitting all over it, but I wouldn't be honest if I didn't. I can see a good figure in here trying to come out, but Hasbro was just too cheap to actually turn this lead into gold. And that's not half of the bile I have for this, but it's enough of the bile I have for this. And if you enjoyed this video, then please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like to take it a step further, then please share this video with any friend you think may be interested. I hope you all enjoyed listening to me waste your time.